draft, so let's just get right into it. Your
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I haven't casted in a while, so I'm
Oh,
excited.
I have been
Yeah.
very missing from League, and so it feels good to play again and see some of the games.
Uh, so
Cast.
so we do
Oh,
have
they're
the
going quick.
York ban against the Crimson Chin, which is pretty standard. Kog'Maw
Very. Still seeing bans.
against FFG. Yeah, Seth plays that a lot.
Seth
Um,
isn't here.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So see,
Oh,
even if you do, I think even then, I've been a big Zeri player since she came out,
yeah.
and
I
she
do you
is
know if
been nerfed into the
do
dumpster.
you know if Donovan plays Zeri?
Uh, don't believe so.
Huh. Well, we do have the Kog'Maw ban. I'm assuming against Scoobs, and then the Olaf ban. Not sure who that one's against, but with the Olaf rework, I could see why people would want to ban him. And then
Yes, the rework is pretty insane.
yeah, right. A Mumu ban against Darktavian, Zeri against I would assume Seth will win, but he's not playing. Um,
Oh, the Amumu ban against Octavian, I think, is a good ban.
oh
He's
yeah,
been early solid in the champion.
and then
The
Alistar
Alistar
against
against
the
Bidoof.
Christian.
Wow. Wow. Drawing a ban? Not what I expected from that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true enough.
the stronger Bidoof is now in the chat. So, uh, mm,
I think FFG will probably try. I'm pretty sure FFG was supposed to lose a ban.
we're having a sub?
Yes.
Well, if that's true, I'm sure that
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the first phase though.
yeah. I don't know. The Senatom being locked right away. I don't know. That was loud.
Oh shit! Yeah, I should close the windows. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they are
Okay.
just gonna lose a ban in the second round. They are both using subs, so they'll both lose bans.
Okay. Sounds fine. So I don't know about the Yumi pick so much for FFG. I feel like it takes away a lot of playmaking from the other Bidoof. Uh, so, but we'll see if. But pairing it with some of these champions like a Mundo and a Kane can
Yeah,
be really
that's
insane.
that's what that was gonna be my counter argument.
Yeah.
Um,
So I can see their thought here. So
yeah,
it'll see if it pays off.
if they pick up something like a Kaiza, who's really strong right now with that mini rework she got, I could see the
Hmm.
Yumi pick being really good here. Zinjao being picked up for Austin, that's a pretty standard champ of his.
Yeah. So that with the Yumi and Senatom being locked in, it should be a really passive bot lane.
Yeah,
Ball just scaling up really hard.
I do like I would like to see a Kaiza here. Honestly, I think Kaiza would be a really good pick here.
It seems good.
I think Zaya would also be a good pick here.
So far, the Zen does want to go in, but it can definitely play multiple angles here. I think the Zaya would be really strong in lane, but with a Yumi, I don't know, lethality Zaya poke along with the Yumi could be really good.
Yeah, I think Lethality Zaya is a lot better than Crit Zaya, like hands
Yes.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Immediate Jinx and Kled ban.
The club banding over against Charlie. He really likes that in the mid lane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then Jinx against. Do you think it is Donovan at ADC?
Yes.
You think so? Okay.
Yep.
So they might have done a little bit of homework then and banned the Jinx against Donovan. The Fiora for
That is an
Con
ADC I've seen
artists.
him play, so that does make sense. You might have been right about the Zaya.
Yeah. So far, I do like Angie's comp here, though.
So the Fiora into the Mundo. I actually
Yeah.
just played this matchup as the Mundo in
Yeah.
one of our fives games, and I think a couple early levels it's really rough for Mundo. But as soon as he buys the
Bramble Vest.
Bramble Vest, then
Yeah.
he is pretty good to go
Well,
to just sit
as soon as
and
he gets
farm.
played Steel Caps and Bramble Vest, like, the
It's
Fiora
really
goes
tough
off.
for
So,
Fiora to ever kill him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she has no, like, clear way of
Yeah,
breaking the Mundo
And
shield, so
and with
ganking the
the
Mundo is pretty hard.
and those two items too, the plated steel caps and Bramble Vest, will so much value into their team right now. Senna, Tom, Zin,
Mm-hmm.
Fiora. That would be really strong. They really need a heavy AP pick here. Um, and I would like to see another like ranged. Yeah, I can see
Cassiopeia.
that
No,
for
I
sure.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
have the strong split push with the strong team fight of Cassio, and
It
yeah,
can stop a lot of things. It can also stop Kane ulti, which is really underestimated. So it can really ruin a Kane per W.
yep. And then she
Um,
also has that ult to stop the pick potential that FFG have drafted into. So I I like it. I like the Cassio pick.
I do too. I think both these comps are pretty strong though. I would say that ANG really has no engage other than Zen throwing his body at people.
True.
So that
Outside of like
is
what little pick they have with like the Tom Kench, Senna, and Cassiopeia, but
yeah. I mean
yeah.
that's very little. Either Cass has to get close enough to land an ult, in which case she's in danger. Um,
So I think
or
it's whoever starts the fight loses on both sides, kind of.
I would
It
definitely
kind of
say I
seems like
like I like FFG's comp a lot more. They have a lot more front to back. They have a true tank with Mundo. Their healing is going to be ridiculous, and I feel like ANG doesn't really have a great target or a great person to put grievous wounds on.
that's also
Um,
true. That's a good point.
so they Cass would be the best, but that will definitely slow her build down a little bit.
But if you look at
Fiora is probably going to want it as well for fighting Mundo in
well, if
lane.
you look at ANG's front to back as well, they have such good ways of shredding tanks on their side. So if they play the front to back as well, I think they can easily kill the Mundo before he's even a relevant threat in the team fight.
The Mundo with the Yumi. As soon as he's finished his Spirit Visage and Yumi heals him once, and
That's a
he
good point.
goes up
Yeah,
1,000 health, I think he's going to be real tough to bring down.
that's a good
So
point.
and the pick potential I would say is actually higher on FFG's side, along with things like Kane and Ari.
Depends on if Kane goes red Kane or not.
Sure, I think Red Kane would be the way to go this game.
I agree. Yeah.
Fighting into things like Tom's in, he just needs to buy more time um, for his Zaya and Ari to do work.
They don't have a
Eh,
really strong form of consistent damage though. Like they have the burst of the lethality Zaya and the burst of Ari, but outside of that, they don't really have a strong like source of consistent DPS.
I think red cane damage can actually be pretty solid, especially into tanky members like Zen and Tom. And then Lethality Zaya does have really high burst with her pullback, but Zaya in general, just her DPS, I think is really
Yeah,
consistent. But
I guess
the
if you have the like the Mundo and the Kane to frontline for you, and you're
mhm.
able to get some free W shots back,
I
like
think they should have time. I think both these drafts are really interesting
yeah,
and pretty good. I think I would probably give a slight edge to FFG, but I'm not really sure. Bot lane should be really passive, nothing really happening. Top lane, kind of the same thing. Mundo and Fiora should just kind of be trading CS, and I don't think either one will take the other's
oh
turret
shoot,
without mistakes being made.
I gotta change the stream title.
Oh, I didn't double check. Uh,
Um,
but if the Senna is allowed to just completely sit back and scale too, she will be able to start shredding people really quick. With Cass being the only source of AP damage on Angie's team, I think it's super important that Cassiopeia gets moving early.
yeah.
Um,
How do I change that
eh,
while I'm live?
who I am not the person to ask about.
All right, I might cut live real quick and change it, and then turn it back on. But
I'm not.
otherwise, I can just leave it and then change it afterwards. It's not that big of a deal.
I
Oh,
thought you had changed.
am I really quiet?
I thought I had heard
Um,
you changing it too, so that's strange.
I can change it here. I don't want to turn up desktop audio, simply because some of my settings might be fucked up and I wouldn't be able to change it super quickly. Um, but the game's not even started yet, and I have the League
Yeah,
client
yeah, yeah.
muted while not in game, so that's probably why you're not hearing anything. Unless it's Nick that is quiet.
Oh, is it me?
I it might be a Discord setting. 1 second, let me look. No, I have Discord all the way up, so I don't think.
Request further information if stream problem.
Yeah, Bailey, can you hear both of us clearly?
I got nothing. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Well,
Oh, did you pull up the stream and like
yeah,
listen? Okay. Cool.
yeah.
All right. Awesome. Then if you could hear me clear, then it shouldn't be an issue. Okay.
But yeah, so I expect a big key for Angie is going to be to have Cassiopeia have a successful lane and be able to get off to a strong start. And into Ari, she should be pretty safe. And even, I don't know about dominant because Ari will be able to just push straight back. But I think it will be pretty good. I would say
Oh, I got it.
the 2v2 of Xin and Cass is definitely stronger. Oh, wow. They are having a...
They're having issues here. Okay, I'll turn buff up a little. I'm just gonna edit the stream information here.
Okay.
It's FFG versus.
Having some technical difficulties with the custom game getting champ selected and the client being buggy after the recent patch.
Oh yeah. No, it has to be. It has to be turn draft. For website.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to just remake lobby.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Might not be a bad idea at this point.
Yeah.
Well, what else can we say about the draft?
I guess they're gonna try and go again here.
All right.
I'll turn myself up a little bit then here.
So
All right.
I feel like push should be pretty much even in all the lanes. It really doesn't seem like anything exciting will be happening, which could be a problem for Kane getting his evolve early. I feel like he is really going to want to be able to find that evolution at a quick pace. If they start getting around to like second, third dragon spawn and Kane hasn't evolved yet, it's going to be a big, big problem.
Yeah, he does have a few sources of getting that Red King going though. He gets sit top.
Yeah.
He gets invade their jungle, but invading against his Zenj out sounds kind of troll actually. But
Yeah, he definitely cannot invade. I think Xin would murder him.
I wonder who wins the 2v2 in that scenario though, because I think
Who in top?
No, the mid jungle, because I think FFG have the burst.
ANG.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Cassiopeia burst is actually really insane if she has the mana to just blow through her E. And Xin will be able to dish out a lot more damage and crowd control early.
I think if Ari lands the charm on Cassio, she dies, and then they win the 2v2. If Ari doesn't,
I don't know.
I think it goes the other way. Because between that damage that Kane and Ari have, like level 2, 3, is enough to completely delete the Cassio. But it all pretty much solely relies on Ari landing the charm onto Cassio and then dumping everything onto her.
I feel like early on, at least pre-6, if Ari lands charm on Cassio, it still won't be anywhere near enough if Cassio's healthy. So
Well, that's what
it
I'm
would
saying.
have
If
to
it was the
be.
2v2, like if Kane and Ari both dumped their entire thing onto Cassio.
Oh, she should die, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I'm saying.
it should be pretty similar on the other end, I think. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. I think that the damage from Zin's a lot higher than Kane, and Cassio damage should still be there if she
Okay, they tried again, and
can
then
land something. I don't know.
Apparently, someone just didn't pick, and now we're seeing champions be picked already. This is weird.
I don't know.
Why are they like refusing to make a new lobby?
I think we're having just a spectate bug with when they're with it showing hovers right now. So,
Okay, that might
so
be it.
let's let this play out. Like they're working on it, and we'll continue trying to fill all this dead space while they try to figure it out.
Thanks, Andrew, for the beer league in chat. Appreciate it. But yeah, I think FFG want to scale, and I think ANG want to play more into the mid game and get a lead in the mid game. But I think the problem with ANG's comp in doing that is the lack of engage that you pointed out, and the lack of being able to force the fights that they want. So I don't know. I think FFG definitely scale better. Oh, and it happened again. Just make a new lobby. Just make a new lobby.
Yeah. Rito is really doing us a lot of favors right now. Yeah,
I got PoE to play, man. Let's get through this.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing else to talk about. So Toxic Rain should be a great starter build this season.
We'll see. Hey, we guys play PoE? I play PoE. Let's talk about PoE real quick. But no,
let's just swap the stream over while we're here.
I do agree with you though on the side of FFG with that Mundo Yumi synergy, especially with them having no really guarantee, like outside of like the Senna stun and the Xin Zhao knockout, really no guaranteed way of breaking that Mundo shield. So you have to use one of your like 2 CCs to break the shield, and then if you don't use that other CC on him, he's just gonna rampage through your entire team.
Yeah, I mean, Senna W should be really consistent to just nail him with, but that's kind of the issue of. I do think they will have the sustained DPS with the Cassiopeia and Senna later on, and so it's really tough to say that FFG truly outscales when ANG has things like Cassiopeia and Senna.
Yeah, actually, that's a real good point. I take back my previous statement. I forgot that Senna was picked.
Yeah, I'd say as strong as Yumi is, I really would say ANG would scale better, and they will eventually just be able to rip through the Mundo even with Yumi, but the engage from FFG is much better with being able to attach Yumi onto a Mundo and have Kane and Ari being so mobile flanking in.
That is also true, yeah.
It'll be almost impossible, I feel, for anyone to get to Xayah. I really think Xayah will just be free hitting onto the front line of ANG.
Yeah, and if anyone is able to dive the back line, like Xayah is obviously a very safe ADC. Ari has her charm. Like anybody that is able to break through that back line, like Fiora, for instance, will just pretty much just get immediately bursted by the 2. So
yeah. So even if Fiora honestly should never be in the team fight.
Yeah.
Like you don't pick Fiora to team fight. If you
want to move down, real
probably shouldn't have picked Fiora. Ooh.
Yeah. Like if you pick Fiora, you're playing for the side lane. You know.
We'll just swap the dupes real quick.
Swap it.
They'll never notice.
I don't know if your support's good or not, but I think they might notice.
Oh, let's be honest. I'm the better support of the 2 of us.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the draft.
I don't know what else to say about it.
How about you, chat viewers? What do you guys think? Do you guys think who you guys think is gonna win? I think ANG is gonna win. What do you guys think?
I think FFG is going to win, but the Bidoof is going to look horrible to just prove my point that I'm the better Bidoof. That's
I think a
my
lot of
prediction and hope.
this. I think a lot of this stems on. Oh, Mind Stack's playing support. Okay, I would assume because
These are great questions.
they might put Mind Stack at support and Charlie at ADC with Scoobs in the mid lane. So that's probably a Scoobs Cassio.
Interesting.
Or no, this is what's gonna be. I calling it. Old Crow on Tom Kench, Mind Static on Senna, Scoobs in the mid lane.
All right, hold on. I need to defend myself. The level of the Bidoof is not what's important. It's how you use it, okay?
I don't know, that extra 3 health might
Yeah.
might make a difference here.
It's all about what HMs you put on the Bidoof, okay? That's what matters.
Does your Bidoof have Swin? No, I win. Okay.
Exactly.
I think it is. I think it will be because they played this before. They had Charlie on the Tom Kench on the support role, and then the Senna, and that's probably a Scoobs in the mid lane, which I think looks a lot better for them. Because I know Charlie doesn't really play champions like Cassiopeia and stuff like that, so
Right.
I think throwing him on that engaged tank that he had success on is probably a good strategy.
I think so too. I think he is probably much more comfortable in Tom than Cass. And
Yeah.
I would say in general that it does kind of look like ANG won the draft as far as that they got some better counter picks, but FFG seemed to have gotten everything they wanted. It was pretty clear they wanted the Yumi Mundo Kane,
Yeah.
it seemed. So they got what they wanted, and Ari's a extremely strong meta pick in mid lane. Zaya seems something they were really comfortable with. They were A-OK leaving AD carry until the end. Maybe they preferred that be a Jinx, but I think Zaya might even be a better choice. So
I think I think Zaya was a good choice here. I think there might have. I think Kai'Sa would have also been really good just for that frontline burst, and just like the really consistent DPS that she now has with that like mini rework she got. But I think Zaya is just as good of a choice as the Kai'Sa would be.
yeah, it
Oh, it is Old Crow on TK. Let's go.
perfect. So I really it's just I don't really see any action happening anywhere. I don't see Fiora ever really being able to move Mundo in the late game.
Yeah, what's the bot? What's ANG's bot lane gonna do against the super safe Zaya Yumi? You know, like
Right. So the only other difference is that I think Mundo has a bigger need to be there in the team fights, so he can't stay with Fiora forever. But then if Mundo shows to the objective, sure, Fiora can push and maybe take a turret, but then FFG should win the objective.
yeah.
So I'm concerned with how well Fiora will be able to really move Mundo
I think if
in the mid to late
Fiora,
game.
if the Fiora like simply goes for the side lane, not exactly the dueling potential. Like most Fioras will take like Divine Sunder, Ravenous Hydra into like a tanking matchup. I think if she goes Triforce Hullbreaker, she has that like side lane pressure that she can just eat turrets. She can if they go to contest the dragon without the Mundo, like the AMG have the stronger 4v4, you know. And I think if she just applies that pressure with the Triforce, like the threat of being able to two-shot a tower, like
a red Kane with a Yumi on him can also definitely be a frontliner.
but not as
Just as strong as a Zen, if stronger than a Zen, I would say at that point.
I would agree, but I think without Mundo, that fight still goes in favor of ANG.
Yeah, it could. It still is a rough time for ANG to ever engage. So they would have to kill the Kane first.
Yeah.
And
well, and that's the
probably
thing. Like
to ever
ANG
get to the side.
definitely has the counter engage. Like they
That's
have
true.
the disengage and recounter or whatever they want to do with the Cassiopeia, with the Tom Kench.
Very true.
And I think Tom Kench's Zinjao is actually a formidable engage. It's not like fantastic by any means, but if Tom Kench gets a knock up with the Zinjao W and E, like that's two people on the same target all at once. So
it's going to come down a lot to the Cassio being able to stop the Kane, I feel. If
Yeah.
she needs to really look every fight to just drop that miasma on the Kane W, and as soon as it's there, they all need to call it out and burst him.
Yeah. And this is
And he
Scoobs we're
won't be
talking
able to
about.
survive.
Scoobs is pretty good.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. So I think he'll play these fights right.
Right. If he understands his strategy and knows that that's what he needs to pull off, and
Yeah.
then I think that will be really big. Because trying to hit the Aubrey with it, if you can land it, that's great. But really,
or
I
the
think
Zaya even. Like the Zaya can't ult if she's under miasma.
I believe she can. I might be wrong, but it's not a dash in any way. So she still moves at normal move speed and
Okay,
everything.
I'm a
She just becomes untargetable.
Miasma interaction.
Might be wrong, but
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, it's not considered a movement ability, but that was back in 2017.
I don't think her ult's ever changed.
But they might have changed how miasma works.
Possibly. I don't know. But either if I don't believe, see, Cassiopeia should never really be getting in range to drop it on the Zaya anyway.
That's also true. She should be using it on the front line. I agree.
So, but dropping on the Kane, it'll stop his Q and his ulti. So it'd be extremely useful. And if the Yumi is on him, she won't be able to then dash away into another target or pop out and survive or anything like that either.
Okay, so with untargetable abilities like Vlad W and Zaya R, they will still take damage. Obviously not Zaya R, but Vlad W would still take damage on the miasma, but you won't be. But you could still use his W. So Zaya could still use her R.
Right. And move.
But she will still be grounded, which means she can still be targeted.
She can't flash. So she can't like flash during the R. No, she can't. Zaya's untargetable during it, but she can still take damage.
Oh,
she can still take damage.
Oh, okay. She'll still take damage from the W, but she can't be targeted. Okay.
That's right.
So it's like Morg Pool. Like she'll still be damaged by Morg Pool, but she can't be actually like point and clicked targeted.
That's right.
Okay.
That's how I understand it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. We will be going in the game in about 30 seconds here. Finally, about half an hour after it was supposed to.
The lobby remake did a lot to fix it. You had the right call there.
I do think ANG wins this game. It's one of those scenarios where if the game goes on longer, their chances of winning is higher. You know what I mean? Like
that is true.
Yeah.
My thing is I'm a big fan of teams having some sort of reliable engage, and I just don't think Xin Zhao is it, especially the longer the game goes. Whereas a Mundo with a Yumi ult feels really good.
Okay, I'm just gonna set up the beer league here. I'm gonna switch over. Oh, we'll just have to wait and see here.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to figure out the lane matchups as well, and I think really for FFG, it's Kane needs to get off to a strong start, get his evolve early, find some way to create some action in these lanes, which is also going to be what Zin's looking to do.
In terms of mastery here, it looks like FFG got a lot of champions that they're super comfortable on.
Right, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying about it seemed like FFG knew what they wanted and they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
So while I do think that ANG got some better counter picks with like the Cassiopeia was a great pick last.
What the hell is happening right now?
FFG seemed okay with it. Yeah, I see this too. Yeah, this is also what my screen looks like.
They might have paused right when they went in.
It's possible.
Yeah. Let's just give it a second. I have no idea what the hell is happening right now. Yeah, that was kind of my thought too, Andrew, is the Cassiopeia will be like a really good shred towards the Mundo. Like between the Cassio, the Fiora, and the Senna, they should be able to shred the Mundo. But Nick brought up a good point of the Yumi.
No, hitting play doesn't
Yeah, hitting play
work for
doesn't do
you.
anything
Sorry.
here.
Good backup though to check.
It might have just been paused. Like this sometimes like the screen will
So I
freeze.
will exit and try to come back in
Okay.
and see what
And
happens for me.
if that works,
Yeah.
then we can try. I'll do that too.
Or am I screwed now and can't re-enter?
You should be able to.
I'm not in the lobby.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Wait, I can hit spectate game, so.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see if it pulls back up for me or not.
Well, if you spectate now, you'll miss the first 3 minutes because you can't rewind if you're go mid game spectating.
Okay, so I hit spectate and it's loading up now for me. So quick back out and hit spec and load in. It must have bugged out for us.
Okay.
And it started for me from the very beginning.
Oh, did it really? Okay.
Yep.
Let's find Darktavian here. I've never been able to rewind to the very beginning when I spectate mid game, so interesting. Maybe it's because we were already in the lobby or something.
That or custom game or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I started from minute 1. Okay. This should be fine. Where are you at right now? I'm at minute 10.
I'll match you. Okay. Match you. So you're at minute 10?
I'm about to hit minute 20 right now.
Okay, I should be equal with you.
Okay. We'll just say this chat. We'll just signal. Ooh, Connor is about to get taken down here. He does flash. The net goes out from Fiora. Is that enough to take him down?
It's not going to be enough.
It
no,
will
he
not.
should be fine.
Ooh, the charm. That almost went badly for the side of ANG.
Yeah, so this early invade's going to work. Kane is in a whole K.
Kane is about to go down here. He does not have flash either.
This one, coming out.
He doesn't have flash. He's dead.
And
first blood goes over to Casio. That is not the person you wanted on. Oof.
That is absolute disaster.
That's
really
not good.
It looked like a really kind of long drawn out counter invade. It seemed like FFG wanted to get that ward on the enemy red, and then they just got chased down, and it turned into complete disaster. Kane, I believe, should go chickens here to
hit that level 2 quickly.
2, and then go for his red, but he's going straight on the red. Yep. That can work out as well.
Karnar's getting that grass nice but he is about to get. Oh my god, that's so much.
He has no flash. But Fiora also has no ignite. He should be okay. Yeah.
And Karnar's did a really good job hugging the wall, so that vital point wasn't there either.
The only bright side here is that FFG got a good start on their bot lane because for ANG their bot lane was late coming back after that fight. So I think Con Artist should be able to stabilize. Ooh, yeah, he's doing just fine.
Nice
he's
cleaver.
Just fine. Yeah. Yep, he'll be able to stabilize without Fiora having the ignite at least for a while. We'll see if missing the flash gets him punished later. He also TP'd. Shouldn't be too big a deal, but we'll see. Oh,
big damage coming out of the Xayah there. Wow.
Yeah, big lane dominance happening here from FFG so far.
Already up about 10 CS, and that's another big chunk going down on the mine stack there.
Oh, wow.
And they're
they're just trying they're trying to trade at different times from each other, it seems like. Right there, Senna walks up alone while the Tom is trying to heal up with a potion from that chunk. And they're just kind of getting punished. That lethality Xayah early poke damage after that Q buff she got multiple patches ago is really strong.
But she did go lethal tempo. So I'm thinking
might go crit.
I'm thinking this might be a crit Xayah. Starting longsword, you could go either way, but it's like, if you're going lethal tempo, I'm assuming it's going to be a crit.
Yeah, I would assume the same. And it does kind of, I mean, crit Xayah is what got buffed lately, and I do think crit Xayah is okay. It's
but that burst damage from lethality is just so good.
It is. Now, early on in lane, it wouldn't really have much of a difference at this point. But wow, yeah, that's.
Well, let's see what she's maxing. If she's maxing E, then she's probably going crit, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
usually the Q max now is the way.
Let's see what she levels up here when.
She's about out of mana, so they are really trying hard to keep this lane dominance up, but it's working so far in the CS numbers, and that early level lead is actually really paying off with that too.
They're able to abuse this bot lane really hard. and E was leveled up, so I would have to assume that that is a
Good
crit
Zaya.
Zaya. Ooh, big trade going
Oh,
down. Nice snare
great
coming out.
root.
Donovan though. The root comes out.
The
The
cleanse, good cleanse.
Yep. Very nicely done. And Crimson Chin picks up a kill on Dark Tavian in the top lane here.
Oh, that was really close from the
Little
Yuumi.
skirmish going
I
on
think
here.
If Bidoof was attached there.
Austin getting caught out in the jungle here. The Ignite
It
goes
looks
down
like
from
they're
high
gonna pick
Echo
up
and it will
Xin.
be going down. Can Crimson Chin pick up a return kill? He does have flash. Scoobs is here. They might be able to turn this.
SEO.
Oh, the
of
cleaver
course.
misses. He might have been able to chase it after that, but
It's 1-for-1 overall on the top side.
Yeah.
And bot lane dominance continuing here. The fact that ANG is kind of stuck in lane, FFG is going to have control over this lane when they get back.
and the early Sheen buy here makes me think that's going to be an Essence Reaver first item for the Zaya.
True.
Um,
I do think that would be really strong to let her be able to continue just trying to abuse
Yeah.
and poke in the early game if she can get that early.
the greedy
If she-
the greedy buy from the Crimson Chin here in the call.
I like it. I think he kind of knows at this point that really he's not going to be able to move the Mundo. And so he's a little behind in CS right now. Does have the kill, but he's going to just want to sit and kind of scale and farm and try to become that constant late game
Ooh.
threat. Xin here for the gank, though.
Mundo does not have flash up just yet. It might
He's
be
quite
up in
tanky,
in
though.
a second. Ooh, that's
Xin already used his abilities.
That Mundo passive keeps him alive, stops the knockup. Nicely done by Con Artist.
That was really well played. So
Yeah.
Fiora is getting...
And Con Artist's flash is
Ooh.
almost up here. If he can land a flash cleaver here, this will be a dead Fiora.
It's true. I think Fiora's in a real tough spot. Con Artist is also the one with TP. Fiora chose the Ignite. Now this was far too greedy. Oh, he trades! Great flash.
Yep, that is the flash blown for it though. Did the Zinjao get an assist?
I think it's worth it. The Fiora's missing even more waves sitting
That
at
is
her
true.
turret here. So, and his TP isn't quite back up. I think this is going really well for Mundo in top lane. He's a-okay with this.
If that wave crashes, it's pretty good for Fiora. I don't know.
Oh,
if it
that
will.
chunk.
Big snare coming out of Senna as well. That was a huge
That
chunk. Holy
sheen, the
crap,
sheen
yeah.
proc. Yeah, the sheen proc really coming in there. They're both healthy, both have mana. I think still looking really good. Here's
I am Echo
Ari.
here going in. Lands the charm on the moon. Tom Kench,
She's
not
gonna
the
be-
OG he wanted.
More of a chunk though. This is just keeping that Seta and Tom lane really further behind and abused. They're already down about 25 CS.
This Mundo knows the strat. the 3 cloth armor.
He's aware. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, especially with the Fiora. Sure, she picked up executioners at this point, but she just doesn't have the damage unless Mundo takes a really
Big chunk going on the center there. She does use the heal, but will she be going down? The flash
There's the
forward by
flash,
Donovan
she
does
gets
get the
it.
last auto. Nicely done.
Well played. The exhaust was a bit late coming out there, and it
The
cost
alt
him.
E kills the Tom Kench as
Oh!
well. And that's the E-Max right there.
Traded back in the mid lane.
Oh.
Cassiopeia survives the ignite. That was very well played by Donovan. And I think if the exhaust had come out just a little sooner,
Karna's getting a little
then
greedy
Senna
here.
would've lived.
Does he die to this
He
tower
survives?
shot? Oh my
lives.
god.
Mundo ulti too much.
That level advantage was huge in that fight.
So-
Jeez.
Bot and top off to a big start, but that Cassiopeia that we pointed out earlier is up about 40 CS and 2 kills.
And 2 kills. Yep.
So,
So
that
that's
Cassiopeia
about
is gonna
1,500 gold?
Oh,
Yeah, about 1,500 gold.
yeah. Alone, just in
Yeah.
her own gold advantage here. So I feel like I was saying earlier, Cassiopeia needs to be a big threat, and Kane needs to get moving quickly, and for each of their respective teams. And one of them, they get in the Cassiopeia going, and the Kane is off to a horrible start. So even with the solo lanes doing well, Mundo having some kills isn't going to be that big of a deal. So there's a lot of pressure on Donovan and the Yuumi right now,
And you do
having
s-
these kills and assists.
You do see the tier on the Kane, which makes you think he's going to go blue Kane with the
Yeah.
immune build.
So honestly, Yuumi having level 6 here, I want to see them fight.
Ooh,
there it
there
is.
it is.
I just
There it is.
I want to see them
They
fight.
can continue this fight. I think they have the...
Oh, they absolutely
Connor
can.
is
Here's
just-
Kane.
Kane is here.
Oh, he's a bit late coming in,
Ooh.
but
I think
Alright.
Donovan could have probably committed to that a little bit harder.
It's possible. He didn't have his splash, unfortunately. I think he probably could have went a bit harder. Maybe cleanse away from the Senna
Good
and be
call
able
out
to
on
get
that
in
fight
there.
though.
But yeah, I could see the level 6 advantage and that Yumi had it, so I really wanted to see them push it. And they went for it, and it was still a really strong trade for them.
Yeah, Donovan showing a lot of pressure in this lane.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Stena Tom, so even with a Yumi pairing it up, Zaya alone can definitely provide a lot of pressure.
I don't think Connors knows that Austin's here.
No, he's finding out. Now he's really tanky. He's gonna just try to walk this off. See if he can
That
do it.
passive
Blast cone?
might be keeping him alive once again.
Oh, he wants to keep fighting rather than take the blast. That was greedy by Con Artist. He could have escaped with the blast cone, but he chose to stay and keep fighting.
Yeah.
It's extremely greedy. And he pays for it with his life.
Might have been a misclick. We don't know. He was kind of dancing around the blast cone without hitting anything, so.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah. That was a really nice,
I clicked the plant like 5 times. Wow.
That would have been a really nice Fiora stun too, because you can stun with your parlay off of blast cone. So it might have been able to keep that fight going, but ooh, big damage going on to Donovan here. They're looking for a fight.
Oh,
the Zaya all comes out. Oh my god, the Zaya falls though.
Oh,
will the Yuri be able to take down the Senna?
Tom with the ulti.
Oh, and that huge shield is giant. But the
Oh no.
The 2v2 goes horribly wrong for the side of FFG. Nicely done.
The ignite coming out. I'd have to watch again to see if the cleanse happened on the ignite or not. But it's very closely fought. I think they were just a little too hurt.
Can you still cleanse ignite?
Yes. Unless you're really throwing me off here. No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Is that recent that you're saying they could have got rid of that?
Yeah, I thought they did get rid of that. Like, not
unless
recently,
they did it
like,
very recently, but I'm 90% sure that you can still cleanse ignite, just like you can cleanse exhaust or.
I know it gets rid of debuffs, but the only debuff on ignite is the heal cut. So I don't know if it get rid of the damage though.
Pretty sure.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Unless I'm really wrong. I know that I've always played it that way. You're making me question it now,
I'm not sure. Something to look at after the game.
Picking up first Drake here, 12 minutes in. Rihi says you can cleanse it, so
you can?
I trust Rihi.
Summoner spell debuffs. Okay. All right.
So picking up the Drake just now, 12 minutes in. It's kind of sad that's so late. Fiora did knock her turret down already. But, and that's a really nice injection of gold that she desperately needs.
Yeah.
But I'm still just not sure what she's going to do with it at this point. She's very behind stacking her call. She goes Divine Sunderer as her mythic too. So maybe she does want to try to fight this Mundo and move him.
I wonder if she will go Hullbreaker second item though, just to stay in that side lane. I just want to point out the gold swing here. A&G over 3k up now after taking that first turret. When they were about 1,500 gold down.
I think it was also that double kill coming out.
Yeah, the double kill was also huge.
Really did a lot to slow this down. Now, the Zaya is still up about 30 CS, but the big difference is still happening in the mid lane with Cassiopeia being up a good 40, 50 almost.
And Austin up here again.
Getting ganked.
Oh my god, and fights going on in the bot lane here.
Connors
does have to flash out, but I think he does get out if he protects that vital point. No, he did. I think he will go down. Oh, Divine Sunderer too strong.
Barely.
And it looks like A&G are able to escape the gank in the bot lane as well. So nicely done by A&G camping that immobile Mundo. Nice snare going down low crow here. Darkchaven looking for a little bit more, but isn't able to get in there.
So I'm starting to wonder after a couple of these skirmishes now if Kayn is close to his evolve. And if he is, that could start swinging things pretty heavily here. And I'm also thinking, so Zaya decided to move away from rushing the Essence Reaver now, picked up the Noon Quiver, so she should be grabbing her Mythic here on the way back.
And I'm assuming that will be a Gale Force?
I would like to see Gale Force,
there it is.
I think. Yeah.
I think mobility is key going into this team comp.
So. Ahri will be just fine here. That is not a problem. In fact, I think Xin even attempting that was a little ambitious.
I do like the Evercross picked up by Cassio here instead of the Liandry's.
I disagree actually. I think the Liandry's would be really big for them. They have some really good targets with the Kayn and Mundo. They can see at this point that the Kayn is going red Kayn. by his build, it looks like. So I think I would really like to see. Oh,
I think going Mana Mute on Red Cane is kind of troll, don't you think?
no, that's actually I've seen that build
Is it good?
multiple times. Yeah, it allows the Red Cane to actually do a really high amount of damage.
I guess it's like going Mana Mute on Hecker. I'm okay. I see.
So, but him picking up the pickaxe and Caulfields makes me think that he's going.
I don't know. I'm just a huge fan of the extra CC that Everfrost gives, and just the ability to set up like your ultimate, your all this other stuff.
Right. So they only have 2 real targets to hit with it. One of them being Mundo, who isn't going to care, and the other being Kane. So if they do manage,
Oh, another big fight going down here. Xayah is
the Gale Force
ignited
cleanse,
down.
almost
Oh,
enough.
nicely done. Kane is about to die here too. I think he's a little too deep. He will go down as well. Austin on the counter gank, very nicely done.
Yeah, that was an extremely good counter gank and well engaged on Xayah. Xayah almost made it out, and Xayah ult critically just came up.
Yeah.
If she would have had that for that fight, she would have been just fine.
Karnar is holding down the mid lane here.
So maybe he's
and
slightly
look at the
too
dive
aggressive.
as well.
Oh, the move speed, just enough.
Hi, Emeko doesn't have his ult up.
Oh no, again, just now coming
and then
up.
I try to
so
dive this Yumi. Nope.
No, she'll be okay at this point unless he gets real aggressive. But that's twice now. They just gotta wait. They can apply the pressure, but they need to wait till they have these ults up to really do it safely. The Mundo is now moving around the map too. I don't think he wants to stay with the Fiora anymore. So gold advantage extremely far in ANG's favor. Bounties on everybody. This being able to stabilize here in bot lane, I think, is really kind of tightening the noose. And also the Mundo, since he left top after that one gank and everything, Fiora is now only about 15 CS behind. Oh, but here's the gank to put her back down.
And Fiora does have flash up, but she's looking to turn it, maybe. I don't think she's able to, but she still does have the flash. Mundo does not. She doesn't have to use it.
Mundo's
if she
still
gets
going.
her Q over, if that Q would have hit the blast cone there, that would have been sad.
Very close, and she still had flash up. Thanks for pinging it to let everyone know.
And with that pressure, they're looking to maybe get the dragon here.
Right, the Kane did get his evolve as well. He is Red Kane, his ult's almost back up. So I think he is now starting to feel pretty good. 17 minutes in is pretty late.
Yeah.
Even if he got a couple minutes to go.
And he doesn't have his mythic yet either, which is also
trading
pretty big.
A Drake for
Rift
this
Herald,
I'm not so sure about that at this point. They weren't really in a position to do anything about it, but I would have liked to see the Drake go down for FFG instead. And they might not even get the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and look at the Ahri's build here. She is looking for that burst damage in that Loon's Echo instead of going the Everfrost.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the time catch knock-up. Nicely done by Old Crow.
Oh, it's just very split.
And Austin going on to Xayah.
Oh, Xayah's okay. Yep. Lands some good damage.
Oh, and they got the Rift Herald. They double dipped with the objectives and pulled out 2 kills on top of it.
They took Kane as well, so this is looking pretty rough. So, Cassiopeia ult whiffs. They have the Yumi on the Mundo. This is what they want.
I think they have the damage to shred this Mundo.
I don't know.
But he's walking out. The time catch eats him. Eaten. Nicely done by Old Crow to pick that one up.
The Yumi leaves, and the Yumi leaves. Yeah.
Oh.
So that was a small glimpse of what they want to see with this fight, though, of the Mundo standing in front of the.
And Austin going a little aggressive here. He isn't able to get the Xayah has to flash.
Oh, it was so very close.
Ooh. Scrappy game. 20 kills in 18 minutes. Love seeing it.
They're definitely going at it here. I think the
Smite stops the Shelly charge. Nicely done.
Fiora pushing in top here. Mundo should be able to go up there and pick that wave up.
Old Crow playing like a madman in this game. Just diving on every fight.
I mean, being a support Tom Kench with some money, you can...
Yeah. If you look at the bounties on the side of ANG here, all of them had 300 besides the Fiora who has 2. Like, there's so much gold to be had if you win a team.
The gold advantage is 9k here, so they are very much in control. It's definitely hard for them to contest vision on the side of FFG as well, with only a Yumi with the sweeper.
Yeah, I think the Mundo holding on to his yellow trinket is probably the best bet for any sort of vision here, unless they want to go triple alteration.
Really, they could just slap the Yumi onto the Mundo, and they can walk pretty much wherever they damn well please. The Mundo's just going to continue getting tankier and tankier. He did go Sunfire over the
Crossfire.
Crossfire Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that is interesting. So it seems like him and the Fiora are both building more for just the 1v1 fight.
Yeah. I think Mundo might still win the 1v1 if he's able to play around the vital points correctly.
Yes, unless it's a very long, like if he's far up in lane and the Fiora can stick to the Mundo almost indefinitely. So really it's how close is he to his turret.
Yeah.
She will eventually kill him, especially with the Ignite, being able to cut a lot of his healing from his ulti, but still not sure it would be enough. The Mundo also definitely does need to be there for these fights. There's 4 pinks down right now on the side of ANG. So they're really investing heavily into this vision.
Dark Taming finally being able to get his Mythic here about 20 minutes in.
And hitting level 11. So this is big for him to finally be getting big. Here they go.
Yeah, looking
like a good fight for them.
Oh,
they can
double! Ult coming out of the Casio.
Scoops.
And the Miasma will keep the Ahri from doing anything. This will be probably a 1v2 in the bot lane here. The Senna does come out to do a little bit of assist. Xayah looking to burst the Senna. She has to flash out. Nicely done by Austin to engage on that one. Oh, Old Crow diving in once again. Crimson Chin does get in here. Nicely done. This might be the game.
Oh, wow.
15 seconds on the High-End Echo. They might be able to finish the game here.
Didn't even have a chance to talk about the Casio fight. I thought it was a really good look coming from the Ahri and Kayn, but really it's just that charm needs to land. If that charm lands, I think the Casio falls.
If the charm lands, the Kayn W lands, you can burst. You're able to burst there, but
they should be able to get it. But that was just well played by Scoobs. Good movement to land that ulti and avoid the skill shots coming out. And then on the other side, Duneman trying to stay alive, but just not enough when the enemy team.
He used his ult really offensively there instead of defensively. He tried to one-shot the Senna and just wasn't able to make it happen.
I think if played a little more passively there, just to try to wave clear and let them come into the turret, use the ult defensively, buy more time, maybe it goes different. The Fiora also, I believe, got there ahead of the Mundo, even though the Mundo having TP and such. So that made a big difference in that fight as well. The Fiora showing up. So.
Yeah, and very nicely done on all across the board for ANG. Extending that gold lead to almost 12k at 22 minutes here. That's insane.
Extreme gold lead.
Yeah, that's insane.
My one concern is that there's a lot of gold multipliers, if you will, with things like a Yuumi. On the side of FFG, if they are able to find those engagements like they almost had on Scoobs, I think they can get something good happening here. But it's going to be real tough at this point. And if the Xayah can play more defensively and keep trying to scale as well, I think her damage is just going to go higher and higher. Because she is crit Xayah too, her scaling, sure it's a Senna on the other team, but crit Xayah scaling is still no joke.
Yeah, it's still really strong. Those W autos will hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, Tom being super greedy here. I think go too greedy, probably.
Oh, the charm misses.
The charm goes
he does have backup here, and they're going to turn this one around. Nicely done. Hayam Echo getting out with the Yumi, nicely done.
Strong Yumi ult, Xayah in trouble.
Yumi has to
a little late, and again Xayah ult just now coming up.
Bad timing. Nice turnaround for ANG though.
So slightly off. The Mundo is splitting right now. I do think I like this call at this point.
Yeah,
the Fiora did recall.
Yeah, getting the ejective bounty on this turret will help with the gold lead, but he's gonna have to.
So now
he's gonna have to.
They're going to lose this inhibitor down here though if they don't leave. Now the Mundo, I think he could possibly fight that Fiora right now. Kayn and Yuumi going in. Should be able to survive for a little bit.
Gets eaten. The Gordricker almost lets him
live. Oh, the Yuumi abandons him. Yeah, they're just too much damage, and the Kayn is way too far behind to have that be effective at this point.
Very well played by ANG. Scoop solos the dragon, gets the second dragon of the game. It will be an Infernal Soul.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the Cassiopeia play.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think really the Crimson Chin is he was able to stabilize after getting the Rift Herald dropped up there by Austin, so it was really well done by Austin to give that to him, break that lane open, create that long lane to be able to run the Mundo down, and then he came right back and ganked him just a couple minutes later. So they were able to take away these power points from FFG pretty effectively.
Austin's been playing really well too. He's been exactly where he needs to be. He's gotten a lot of counter ganks off, and another fight going down here. Connors will be taken
Oh, and
down. Yumi tries to help
just
him, but isn't.
too
Gets herself
much.
killed too.
That is just not their jungle at this point in the
No.
game. Down 13,000 gold now, so they
This is
they have no business being there to contest that.
this is definitely a turtle game now. Let the supers come into your base, farm them, and just play
It
as
should be,
defensively
but
as
it's way
possible.
too hard to turtle at this point when you're missing your Mundo and Yumi.
Yeah.
So this
Well,
should
that's what I'm
be
saying. They should have
death
been
push
doing.
here. Oh yeah, yeah.
And this will just be the game.
Oh, the Cassiopeia flash ult doesn't actually land.
Ooh.
Well done by Xayah to land some on the return, but not
But
enough.
The Senna ult gets the double kill. Nicely done. And,
And
pretty.
When you're that much gold up, it's
Yeah.
you just throw your wallets at them.
Pretty one-sided game there, I'd have to
It
say.
looked really close, and they even had a good 1.5, 2K gold lead in the beginning on the side of FFG, and you could see that they had some power picks. I would think, again, I'd like to see, especially with how well Dunovan played that game, I'd
Oh,
like
this
to
is
see
close.
Bidoof on something more to enable the Xayah,
Yeah.
rather than a Yumi to try to enable Darktavion or Con
Yeah.
Artist.
Like imagine if you had like a super tanky engage support there, like Alistar or Leona. You would have been able to get those picks so much easier. You would have been able to completely decimate that lane.
Yeah, insert any engaged support here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Bidoof can play them all and can still be extremely effective on those picks. So I'd
Yeah.
like to see him on something more like that, to be able to run bot lane. Because when you're into such a passive lane as the Senna Tom, you can definitely try to push it harder. And things like Azaya can let you do that. She is very strong in lane after those Q changes.
Yeah, if you look at this, graph afterwards, the Xayah did most damage in a game by about 5,000. Like she was,
I believe it.
She was doing so much work.
Absolutely, she was definitely trying, and it just was never quite enough. After there were a couple misplays from the Xayah and the Yumi, and some mistimings down in bot that kind of let the other bot lane catch back up. And if they had, I get that at that point they're starting to feel some pressure to keep making things happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
but
push
it
that
just
early
wasn't
advantage
enough.
lead that you had, but unfortunately the rest of the board didn't have.
And something to think about is if it was lethality Xayah rather than crit, and she had like a serrated Dirk instead of a Noon Quiver and things like that at that point, some of those fights might have been won by the Xayah.
One,
They
and
were very
that's
close a couple times.
yeah, and that's a big perk of lethality Xayah is you spike at 2 items. You get that
Oh,
mana
yeah.
immune and you get that eclipse, and you just do so much damage. So I don't know.
They chose the scaling option, and when they have things like a Kayn, Xayah, Yumi, the scaling's not a bad option. But without, it just turned out they were doing so well in lane that the lethality might have looked a little better there.
Yeah.
I'm
Taking that
curious
extra
to
gold
see-
to push that advantage with the lethality build over the even without like the summon area or whatever with the lethality build with lethal tempo, you could still go the lethality build and still dish out a bunch of damage. So
I think so too, and it was a little early to make that call by the time I started buying items, but just in general, I think it just could have looked a little different. Now, it was a disaster of a start as well for Darktavion. Mundo having to blow his flash, Darktavion getting caught and killed, not having his own flash, and then having to solo start on the other side of the map. So it really set their Kayn really far behind.
you're still
But-
spectating, by the way.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, are
let's
they
get
waiting
you
for
in
Doom?
Let's get you in here. But yeah, continue what you're saying though.
Right, and I'd like to see Con Artist as well on something a bit stronger than a Mundo to really kind of
Uh,
exert his power that he seems to have in this top lane a little bit more. If he was on more of a brawlery type champion, an engaged champion or something like that, other than a Mundo, I think he could have possibly done some more with the game as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, I completely agree with everything you just said there. Nice little wrap up to it.
We'll see if they make those changes though.
Yeah, I think putting Connors on more of a carry style top laner might benefit them. His debut game in the league was on a Darius, and he hard carried it. So I think putting a lot more resources onto the corner. It's not just making him this frontline tank that absorbs damage. Might benefit them a lot.
Right.
And like you said, putting Bidoof on more of a engage tank where you can be a little bit more impactful would also be a really big change going into the second game. Okay, we ready for draft?
Oh,
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it up.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Bidoof said, it's making
Go
me laugh.
grind victory road. Yeah.
I'm seeing this, and then Bidoof also sends me a message of, "Hey, want to parent trap these guys?" I'll see if they notice. What the difference? I'll just keep casting at the same time. Nobody will know. That'd be pretty awesome. Really impressive, really, if I could do it.
Yeah, well, you'd be 3 minutes ahead of us. So if you can remember to shoutcast a play 3 minutes after the fact, it might be pretty good.
Quite the challenge. Hey, I did once have my whole team in an ARAM play through my Discord stream of the game. They couldn't look at their own
Really?
game. Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
I did that once.
It went horribly.
I did that once way back when we first started playing. My screen shut off, so I was playing off of my friend's screen with my champion, off his laptop screen. It was pretty fucking funny.
The good old when Nocturne ults, you look at the guy next to you
Yeah,
see what they see. Back in the day. All right. So we are into pick ban,
Yes,
and
we
they are skipping their first ban this time. Also, there's a really good note by Cello in the chat about Rel versus TK Shield Pug, and I think he's absolutely right. So they did first pick the Yuumi last time, which was a very strange first pick. So I think I'd like to not see that, especially if the enemy is going to prioritize things like Senatom. You want a chance to respond to it by picking something like the Rel. So we'll see if they decide to mix that up a little bit with their draft strategy.
I would agree. I think first picking a support, let alone a Yuumi, is very risky. Especially when that support is supposed to be more of that like round out a team comp sort of pick. Like,
Absolutely.
Do you need more engage? Do you need shielding? Do you need disengage?
Now, maybe they thought the Yuumi would be a contested pick, and that's why they decided to grab it when they did.
Maybe.
So they could have had that mindset of it. I think when you show a Yuumi that early, though, you're really trying to give away a lot of what your comp in general is trying to do.
What do you think Christian would play Yuumi? I mean, sorry. Do you think Crow or Static would play Yuumi?
I don't know. I don't think Crow. I don't think Crow would, and since he is technically the support right now. Kind of, sort of. I'm not sure.
Well, I do like the Alistar ban. I think ANG kind of had the same idea that like, oh, the Yuumi didn't work, so they might pick a more engage heavy now. So yeah, I do like the Alistar ban.
They did ban the Alistar last time. FFG banning away the Tom Kench. Not exactly what I'd like to see. I kind of think I would like to see them bait them into picking it again, and then just we saw the dominance Xayah was able to do pretty much solo.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'd love to see. There's the Nautilus.
Yep. And now imagine like if last game if it was a Nautilus instead of a Yuumi, they would have just wrecked that lane so hard. Like TK Senna wouldn't be able to do anything against Nautilus. And then Mumu picked up for
the Mumu. So they're able to grab what they want for Darktavian. So this is definitely Darktavian's best champion.
Yeah.
So picking up the
Diana.
Nautilus, picking up the Amumu. So ANG picking a very different way.
Yeah, but straight Wombo
so
comp
big,
going on here.
Different priorities coming up from FFG and ANG. So they're trying to pull off the Yasuo Diana. And I can definitely see with how well Scoobs was able. Wait, that's Old Crow's Diana though now, isn't it?
Nope, that would be Austin. That's probably Old Crow.
Or, I'm sorry, Old Crow is Yasuo.
Yasuo, yep. That's probably Old Crow and Yasuo.
The Samira Nautilus. Wow.
So really hard engage coming out of FFG here.
Yeah, that is they're fully embracing what I was saying.
Well, ANG too. Like look at ANG's engage, the Diana Yasuo combo. Like this is gonna be a scrappy game just from the look of the first picks here.
Oh, for sure. Now, to be honest, Samira, Nautilus, and Mumu is an intense team fight. already. And
Yeah.
for ANG, they have a big wombo, but outside the wombo, I'm not too sure.
I understand the Kale ban. Con Artist has had a lot of success on Kale in the league.
I think Kale would slot in real nice for this team too.
Just protect that carry from the Wombo that ANG has. The Fiora ban over against Crimson Chin. And the Kled ban against... I guess that could be Scoobs on Yasuo too.
Could be. I would expect it on Old Crow.
Yeah, I think that's an Old Crow champion. So maybe they just ban Kled just to be sure. Because it is flexible too. Like Yasuo is still pretty viable in the bot lane.
Sure.
Oh, the
Definitely could.
Malzahar. Oh, I think Malzahar would have been sick there. I think Vigar would also be really good though.
I think Vigar could be very good. Yeah, you could really stop the Diana engage in its tracks.
Echo wouldn't be bad here either. Okay, they're going with the Echo. That's FFG's mid laner's namesake. So definitely his most comfortable champion. And
Wow. Well, I think this is looking really strong for FFG right now, honestly, with the Darktavian getting his Amumu, Hayam Echo getting Echo. I mean, they're...
And then Christian on a standard
Christian on Nautilus.
engage
Definitely
support.
been seen
So
before.
ooh,
So,
the Ornn pick. I am actually a huge fan of that. They're just going for straight wombo on the side of ANG here.
oh my.
This is gonna be a scrappy game. I am so
This
excited for
is-
this. I am so excited for this
This
game.
is wow.
Oh, this is gonna be a fucking game to remember. I can already tell. Renata. Oh, okay. That is both teams opting into a super wombo comp here.
Rel. Okay, so here it is. What's Con Artist going to take to round this out? He sees everything.
Aatrox is a pretty good pick into the Ornn. So is the Darius though.
Oh, great point by Rihi of picking Ornn into a team with a win ball. Bold move.
Yeah, the Samira, but that is like that is also a pretty big summoner that would, if he blows that, then Misfortune has free reign on her bullet rain.
I mean, stopping an Ornn ulti is almost always going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I think so. Especially with W for an Ornn ult is definitely going to be the way. She's going to be in the back.
You also have the wind wall into the Amumu bandage and stuff like that. But I guess they picked Yasuo last in the first phase.
So the Wukong coming in now as the top lane, and if I remember it, Con Artist definitely has played the Wukong.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of success in the league with it, but I know he plays it. So
into the Ornn, I'm curious. I feel like it should be a pretty free lane for the Wukong to scale, and that's very disruptive into ANG's whole comp. Of the Wukong flanking in means Misfortune can't really ult the way she wants. The Wukong can ult at any time to stop the Diana dashing in. He can interrupt Rel.
The Yasuo knock up. Pretty much.
Right, there's a lot that he can do to really get in there and just cause chaos and stop ANG from pulling off the perfect wombo that they want to get.
This is oh my god, this game looks so spicy. Both teams drafted such strong team fighting team comps. Like both teams are just looking to fight going into mid to late game here.
This definitely looks like an execution heavy.
Oh yeah.
Game to me, which from the last game does seem to favor ANG, but the last game FFG had big struggles with their mid jungle, right? And that was kind of the advantage that was leveraged against them. But now their mid jungle are getting their best picks.
Yep, and that's a lot.
These are their best picks. So
and the thing I really like about FFG's team comp here, even in the early game, they have such good setup for Amumu just to walk in and land a bandage on all across the board.
Absolutely, like the CC on both teams is extremely high, but having so much CC with the Nautilus and Amumu, Wukong, Echo, and then you have Samira who's just benefiting from all of it, similar to how a Kaisa would.
On the other side of that, though, like really ANG has a lot of ways to cancel Samira ultimate. Between the Rel ult, the stun from Rel, the Ornn passive brittle proc, Yasuo tornado.
Some of those harder to kind of get off than others as far as like the Ornn brittle and the Yasuo tornado. Rel is definitely going to be their most consistent.
Well,
And
Warren
so when
Brittle
they
just comes off a
do,
W. He just has to W him and hit him.
it does. And it's just it's gonna be hard to hit that Samira when she's dashing around in a team fight and everything, trying to get her big ulti off. So we'll see if he's really saving that for her. I feel like he's gonna be very. That's the whole point of him being distracted by Wukong flying in and Nautilus and moving. He's gonna have so many other targets. I do think a lot of pressure's on the Samira here to be a big
Yeah,
damage dealer.
yeah. Because outside
ANG has a lot of damage.
FFG outside of Samira pretty much only has Echo. Like Wukong does do damage, but he's more of a bruiser than he is like a straight up damage dealer. So
Absolutely.
Echo and Samira are definitely their two sources of damage, whereas ANG has Orin does a lot of damage as a tank for one. So a lot of damage coming out the side of ANG, like you said, and that does put a lot of pressure on Donovan.
It does, and I mean he played definitely like that's what he wanted last game. So and the more I look at this too, I think Miss Fortune is gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be really, really difficult for her to ever line up her ulti with Wukong, Echo, Nautilus ulti, all of these things coming in to really interrupt her.
yeah. She'll pretty much just have to try her best to combo it off of like a Yasuo knockup or a Diana thing or something, just to get at least like maybe half of it out.
Mhm.
Then that's probably gonna be the biggest thing. And it is Old Crow on MF, so that is a Scoobs
Yeah.
on the Yasuo.
I do think it's very interesting seeing last game where both teams had next to no engage. The best engage in the game was a Yumi ulti.
Yeah,
Right, and a Muda
yeah,
walking at them
that's true.
into this game where both teams swung so heavily in the other direction, where pretty much almost all of them,
Yeah,
except for the AD carries, can engage. So it is a very different look from both these teams. Um,
and both teams
even
realize it too. They were even talking in chat. They're like, there will be blood, like
oh,
blood will be
they're
shed.
last game was the game there wasn't supposed to be blood, and
But
there
there
was
was.
a
Oh
ton.
god, yeah,
And so this game, I can't really imagine what's going to happen. I do say I think I favor FFG's draft more than ANG. ANG does have the Diana Yasuo, but I feel like the draft from ANG is a lot more reliable on execution
hmm
and getting that perfect combo,
and
whereas FFG has a lot more reliable point click abilities. You know, a Mumu ulti, Nautilus
yeah,
R, Wukong ulti are a lot more reliable to get
and
off.
and FFG has just as much like AOE crowd control as ANG, but FFG has
Oh,
a
for
lot
sure.
more single target crowd control too, between the
Hmm.
Amumu and the Nautilus. So
Oh yeah,
um, might
it's
just be a
crowd
bat.
control for days.
Yeah, it's just a battle of CC honestly in this game. Um,
Yeah,
it's
which
gonna be
Samira
scrappy.
does benefit very heavily from.
Hmm
So
Definitely gonna be a really scrappy game, and I'm hyped for it. Um, I'm curious to see how the top lane's gonna go though, because I'm not so sure. I don't think Ornn will be able to kill Wukong, but Wukong shouldn't be able to kill Ornn either. So it might just be
if
like
he
a wet
people's
noodle
offense
fight.
design Sunder at a decent clip and picks it up early, I think there is a good chance Wukong can kill one.
Mm, yeah, yeah, okay. I see what you're getting at. Um, if Ornn's able to W his second knockup though, I think Ornn should
Yeah.
be able just to walk out. Um, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Ornn as a tank champion does do a deceivingly large amount of damage.
Oh, yes.
So that is also something to look out for. Historically in the beer league, Ornn, every time that Ornn's been played, he has gotten a solo kill. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even
No,
kidding.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage. So, definitely something to look out for. I'm really excited to see this bot lane matchup though. I think if
Mhm.
if Mindstack is able to play that rel really well, I think it can easily negate FFG's lane phase. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm so excited for this game, dude. And the double melee mid lane, Yasuo versus Echo, that's gonna be exciting too.
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing this Diana Yasuo pair up against FFG's best champs for their mid jungle.
yeah,
Um, Bot lane should be spicy. Honestly, I expect FFG to have a much better time because I think in lane, I prefer the Nautilus to the Rel very heavily. Simply because the Nautilus can just stop the Rel from being able to get onto the Samira. And I think the damage from the Samira Nautilus turned back into Rel is going to be better than the damage from Misfortune Rel turned into Nautilus. They'll just be able to kill the Rel first.
Yes and no, because Rel does shred armor. So I think the burst coming out of the Misfortune and the Rel is extremely strong. So if they're able to chain CC the Samira, I think they can burst her.
So the Samira can, the one Samira wind wall stopping the Misfortune like auto Q plus bullet rain
Also true.
is just gonna negate it all. So if the Samira gets in there as well and she wind walls at the right time, Misfortune can't do anything.
But Rel
So
also has that
if
point
time
and click
blow,
stun. So it's like
if Samira is up in the melee, so I think it's gonna be very tricky for Dunovan to like stay out of that Rel stun range, but close enough to wind wall the Misfortune damage when they get into these 2v2s.
all
And
about
they will get
positioning.
into these 2v2s.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they will. So all about positioning. It's gonna be
Oh,
a
yeah.
really exciting game to watch all across the board. Honestly, I'm super excited for
For
every
sure.
single lane matchup.
I'm just hoping this loads in right now so that
Yeah, me too. I'm
don't
gonna
have to worry.
switch it over here. Let's load up this. Switch this over.
And no terrible level 1 shenanigans from FFG.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's the other thing they really need to happen here.
Yeah. Honestly, though, they did pull back in the early game.
Well, their
but-
jungle and mid never pulled back.
Oh,
Their
that is
jungler
such
never-
a cool
never came
Mumu
back.
skin.
Porcelain, yeah.
I've never seen that. It looks like a freaking marshmallow.
That is excellent. That is a little piece of
That's so
teapot.
cool.
A little teapot. It's fantastic. These are great
I
skins
love
across
it.
the board, I think.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying, Andrew. I've never seen that Mumu skin.
Mhm.
Let's go.
These are excellent skins across the board. Nautilus choosing to go glacial, by the way.
and it
I
looks
think
like it
that's
did load
definitely
in.
the right call.
And we didn't have
Rel
any
as
issues.
well.
Let's go.
Rel as well with the glacial. Yeah, no, I'm loaded in.
Me too. Awesome. Let's take off tab controls. Yeah, Rel went Glacial and Nautilus. I do like
I think it's a good call from both of them.
I like Glacial on Nautilus, especially going into the heavy damage of Yasuo Diana.
Wow, Echo starting Dark Seal. Very confident. He is into the Yasuo, which I feel Echo likes.
I
I think his joust is better than the Yasuo's.
Yeah,
And
his
he can
skirmish
play
is
around.
a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, he can play around the Yasuo knockup a lot easier as well, choosing when he does or does not want to go in. He can dodge it with his E. Both teams grouping up for 5 though, and we're seeing this invade coming in. See now, ANG is aware.
Yeah,
they know.
But Angie doesn't have another ward, so they don't know exactly where they are after that first ward.
No, oh, if they split here.
They should have.
Wukong
Oh my
splitting
God,
up.
Wukong about to get jumped on. He does.
No.
Oh, he's able to flash over the wall though. Is Angie? Is FFG gonna make it back out though?
Group back up and get out. They cannot.
Oh,
be
they have to
splitting up
protect
like
the con
that.
artist. Oh my God.
Oh, he goes in.
Oh, big engagement from Bidoof.
Oh no, people didn't want to
Ooh.
follow up. So I do think that they should not be looking for a level 1 here. Mumu is not a champion at level 1. As strong as some of their other members might be. So Con Artist did have to burn his flash, doesn't have TP. He's going to be slightly late getting back to lane.
He's gonna miss that
But
entire
that's
first wave.
It's looking like he has to wait to heal.
He's gonna
So
miss that
that's
entire first wave.
it's really rough for him. So not as much of a disaster as last time, but still a bit of a disaster at level 1 here. A whole lot of wards in bot side though, so they're going to know exactly where Diana's going.
And I am interested in how this mid lane is going to play out, because arguably Scoobs is probably the better player, but Haim Echo does have his favorite champion here.
Oh, he does. He's not taking such great trades this early. He does have the refillables though to kind of get away with
Scoobs
it.
is level 2
but he
first.
doesn't
does
get
the
level 2.
knockup.
Oh, trading
he
back
is looking to
heavily
fight,
from
though.
Haim Echo. The turret shot.
Oh, it will be
It's
a
enough.
kill trade, but that does go over the
So-
side of FFG, because that wave
Very
will crash.
heavily. Very
Oh, not
heavily in the
FF.
side
Sorry,
of Scoops.
ANG.
No,
ANG. Yeah, ANG.
Oh, the hook misses. I think he should have just went for the Rel there. The
Ooh.
exhaust comes out, double exhaust, and Rel has to flash.
Ooh.
So big advantage right now for FFG in the bot lane, I'd say. They equal on sums, burnt.
I think FFG got a little more chunked out. The Misfortune is a lot healthier, but I guess Samira
Yeah.
does have 3 health pots, so
Yeah,
it
she'll be fine.
it does negate out.
It's really, I think, if Bidoof just lands that hook on Rel instead of trying to go for the Misfortune there, I think they just kill her. So kind of greedy by him. And if you're gonna invest your flash auto anyway, just flash auto and then hook to guarantee it. So
Yeah.
slight misplay. He's nervous because I'm watching. I understand, but it's all right.
He knows the better Bidoof is watching. He's got to
Yeah,
impress his
he knows I'm
superior.
judging him right now. He's aware. So,
Honestly, really scrappy game though already here in the early game.
yeah, so Wukong having a really rough time here, being that
We
level down.
I am having a spectator glitch here though.
Oh.
Let's see if this fixes it. It does. Okay. I couldn't see CS.
Oh.
All CS was 0.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
I fixed it though, so we're good.
So Mumu coming down and the bot lane being set up for a gank. This is looking really
and
good
Scoop's
for a
looking for another
gank.
fight here.
Here it is. Rel stuck with no flash.
Oh, the
he
early
misses
bandage.
the hook.
Oh, the early bandage too. I think
Oh no.
I think Nautilus should have just walked up and autoed.
Yeah, Nautilus should have just, if Nautilus hits that hook, I think
Karnard
it's
is taking an
guaranteed
interesting
kill.
fight here. And the solo kill
And he
from Warren!
goes
I
down.
called it! Let's go!
Oh, wow. Yeah, Conrad is going really aggressive there. Now Mumu's still here. This should be a dead Rel for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely a dead Rel.
Give the kill to Samira and
no
everything's
flash.
okay.
Oh my god, they're taking a lot of main damage though.
She's alright. She's
Is
alright.
that- is-
Minions!
Oh!
Wind wall. Okay,
Wind
he's
wall, okay.
alright. Okay, Samira got the kill. Everything's good.
Everything's
So,
good.
very nice getting Samira off to a strong start here. Their wave is not very good, but Samira has to leave. She's just way too hurt. We'll see what the Misfortune does with the wave down here in bottom. It looks like she's just thinning it out a bit.
And this after that first level 1 that first level 2 trade, the CS advantage in the mid lane is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, it seems like Hayameko's starting to get the better side of some of these trades now at this
But
point.
Scoops
though.
does have the not anymore, I guess, but he does have the experience advantage. So Scoops should hit 6 here first, and let's see if he's able to make
True.
anything off of it. I think
Yeah,
Diana.
Hayameko having the electrocute is just
Yeah.
going to be much more valuable in lane here.
Yeah, with those skirmishes.
Yeah. Jungle CS pretty even. Mumu so far being the most active on the board. I think Diana's really just trying to power farm to get her 6
Yeah.
and pull off the Wombo early. Crimson Chin playing this wave really well,
Oh, yeah,
holding
he's
in front
able-
of his
yep.
turret here.
He did have to thin it out there, but should still. Nope, he's going for the engage here.
Oh, he missed his W a little bit.
Oh,
and,
yep.
yeah, Connors trades back well.
Full level advantage on the side of Crimson Chin as well. He does have his ultimate, and Connors knows he does have to back up here.
Yeah,
also,
that's smart from him.
Yeah.
So the wave here in bot also extremely well positioned for FFG. They're trying to just push it out as slowly as they can here.
Ooh, and a little skirmish going on here. Oh, and Connors is able to get out. A nice knockup on the Amumu stops the engage onto the Scoops.
Bit of a disconnect there from the Amumu going in to the Wukong going out. Wukong not yet level 6. That's what they're worried about here.
They are able
Both
to
of them
escape
level
it out
5. Yeah, FFG level 5 to ANG level 6. If they were level 6,
Ooh.
they could actually take that fight. But
Bit-
Amumu probably needs just one more camp. No, he's actually very behind in XP.
Mhm.
He's barely level 5, despite being only a few camps down. Ooh. Oh,
Ooh.
Bidoof.
Ooh, a little
He's
skirmish in the mid
really
lane as well.
lacking a bit with some of these
Mindstack
hooks.
taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was a good trade back there from Bidoof. But if some of these hooks start landing, I think
Yeah.
this could get real scary for ANG spot lane.
Yeah.
Gold, relatively even at this point, so 400 or 500 gold lead.
I like how Connors is taking it slow in these engages.
Fighting up top, Amumu is in. Wukong
I
in
don't
with
know if
the
he's had
ulti.
enough damage. The Orin does have flash.
Oh, they have
in
it.
a double. But will Mumu go down? The second
Oh,
tower
he
shot. Well,
does.
nicely done by Crimson Chin.
Yeah, he does trade back the 1-for-1, but Wukong critically gets the kill that he really desperately needs.
But Orin got
to
another
be
kill,
able
and he
to
does have
win this
TP to
game.
catch this wave. So
Yeah, that's
it's kind of the downside of taking Ignite over TP.
I think if Con Artist was tanking that turret there, then maybe that they could have lived. They're also losing Dragon. So still relatively close, but ANG off to a pretty solid start. CS across the board, mostly even. Wukong will be able to pick up
About
this wave when he gets back up here.
About a 600 gold advantage. It's 8 minutes here for side of ANG.
Yeah, really, it's the Amumu really needing level 6 here. He's very behind in XP and farm at this point. They were keeping up evenly.
I am Echo going in with no mana.
Yeah, trying to trade aggressively, but he really doesn't have a way to do that right now.
And Amumu is 6 now, so this is when the Amumu ganks start hurting.
He's walking over so many wards here that he's got to clear out. He sees and starts going for it. I really don't think he needs to be up here in River right now, though. His whole jungle's up almost. He needs to be just clearing some of this out and keeping those camps on cooldown to try to keep up with his Diana.
Oh, and I just realized that Crimson Chin took
Interesting pink ward.
Unsealed Spellbook instead of the Grasp of the
Oh,
Undying.
here's the ulti coming out. Wukong does dodge it nicely. Well played by Con Artist to get that Ornn ulti out of the way. He's taking so much unnecessary poke and unnecessary damage.
Connor is a double fight going on here. Connor is
fighting the
back
bot
out.
lane. Good flash!
Oh, but he
Diana
does flash
follows.
into it. Austin making a really nice play there.
Yeah, the Diana flash follow.
He is getting picked up. Ooh.
He's alive.
Scoobs is here to pick up the kill. Nicely done. And Crimson Chin gets another solo kill in the top lane against Con Artist. How did that happen?
Con Artist just playing super aggressively in this lane. He
was
did
under his
bait out the
turret.
Ornn ulti earlier. He was. I want to say he went back in after the Ornn ulti went down, and the Ornn spellbook ignited him. And I think that really surprised Con Artist from the damage coming out from the Ornn with the spellbook ignite. And so he took a horrible trade, and then must have just stayed under his turret too long. Like I was saying earlier, he's just eating a lot of Ornn Qs and Ornn Ws.
I'm curious to see if Ornn's maxing Q or W. He did max Q first. So
yeah, I think
for
that's
that poke damage.
Interesting. It's definitely been working for him. And Dunovan almost escaping that gank in the bot lane, but Austin with the really nice flash follow.
Yep.
After the moonfall to take him out.
Yeah, Austin's playing really well both these games, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's been good Diana play so far with the first Diana ulti right there coming in and showing that he knows what he's doing with it. They're fighting on. Oh, well dodged by Wukong, but I don't think he really
Ornn's
get anything out of it.
Ornn's just way too tanky.
Far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wukong's just way too far
He
behind.
has that Bramble Vest. He has that Spammy Cinder.
He's slowed. And the Diana's in.
Austin
good
knocked
knockup.
Gets the Q.
No.
Nicely done.
Wukong just playing far too aggressively in a lane when he's behind this much.
And I'm
but they're going in on the.
Oh, he's able to dodge the Amumu ult. The banish does land though. He gets it down. And he picks up the kill. Darktavian, nice follow through.
It's a nice shutdown going on to Darktavian on the Amumu. They should definitely be able to make some good advantage of that. Here they go in bot lane.
Big engagement. Oh, the Rel ultimate was huge.
Yeah,
huge Rel ultimate.
Great Rel counter engage.
Yeah, and his W should be coming up here. Are they going to look for more?
The ult
isn't enough, but my sack flashes to get it. Nicely done.
Goodness, it hurts to see a Bidoof done like that. That's
ANG playing out their minds these two games.
No. That was really well played by Mind Static for the counter engage there. Old Crow definitely stepped up pretty far there and was about to be punished heavily for it. Also, Old Crow having Eclipse and Samira not yet having Mythic. If she had Shield Bow, that could have looked a lot different. Darktavian going in on Diana. He has red, but this is far too aggressive.
And Amumu does have Conquer. He's looking to do his extended trade.
The turret shot. That was close. So, still, Amumu needing a flash out there. He definitely does not win a duel against Diana at this point.
Diana's so far ahead. 20 CS, 2 kills. Like, Garner's just getting abused.
Yeah, Wukong really just taking so much abuse here to pick up a minion or two. It seems like if he's manipulating his wave a little better, then he doesn't need to be taking such awful trades to make this happen. Rel with the roam mid forces Echo's flash.
Good job with Mindstack being there right on time. I feel like Echo didn't pay attention to the map because Rel walked right over a pink.
Oh yeah. And also bot lane can be helping out, calling that out. But so far the Vision game, not too much going on either side. Con Artist trying to drop some deeper vision on top side so he can survive here. Almost dodged.
Ooh, Echo has to ult. Can he go over the wall? Does he have his E up?
Echo should be fine. They should both just walk out of this. But definitely Yasuo coming away better here.
Yeah, Scoop's dominating this lane pretty hard.
Yeah, it definitely dominated that trade. Up about 2 waves of CS. Now they're looking for Drake. I don't think Echo can really fight here. And the Ornn is here, the
Ooh,
Wukong's
Rel
not.
engaging
So
onto
they're
the Mumu. Mumu does have
FFG.
ultimate, he does use it, but no one else is there.
No.
And that just will be
FFG
dark.
having no reason going for that Drake when they know the Ornn is there and Wukong's not. They have to just give it. Like, the Ornn turn and Rel turn is just way too strong to risk without Wukong there as well.
It did look like Crimson used his teleport early to secure that dragon, so...
He absolutely did, and he sacrificed a couple waves top here, so Wukong's getting some value. Looks like 3 whole plates, and Ornn dropping some waves. So we'll see if Wukong can make any of that advantage worth it in this 1v1. It'll be tough.
Looks like Angie pick up the first turret in the mid lane between the Yasuo and the Diana damage. Wukong was able to get 3 plates in the top
Here they
lane,
go bot. Samira's in. The wind wall came out. The exhaust now. I think they need to decide to turn, but Diana's
Austin
here.
is here.
So Mumu. Good flash.
Nice flash.
And the
and the return.
done.
Oh, Boston has to flash out.
Everyone
Scoops is here
flashing
as
out.
well. Mindsack
Oh my
does
gosh.
not have his ultimate.
Okay, so this is actually good for FFG at this point if they can hold on to this turret because Echo's getting some alone time. He's about to knock down.
Well,
mid
this looks
turret.
like a die potential to me, and I think FFG agree.
Yeah, they're just gonna back off.
Yeah.
All right, they don't have the range on Samira to really be able to reliably clear out that wave without being in danger.
And a Mumu didn't have ultimate either, which would have been a huge turning point.
See, now
Austin
like
going
also
a little greedy with the blue buff here.
Mumu giving away this.
He goes the long way around. I don't. What is Darktavian doing here?
And walked over a pink ward on the way. I don't think he saw it, but. Okay, well, they lost their blue. Echo trading back on chickens, but he's about to be caught. He should be able to just escape over the wall.
So Connors does have his Divine Sunder here.
No.
Austin does jump on him.
He's going to ult back or no?
He's going to have to force him to ult, I'm assuming, here soon. Is he able to still able to walk? Oh!
With the proto belt!
Holds on to the greedy ult.
Close.
Nicely
well
done by Austin.
By a Mumu. Yep. Mumu, you can't farm that now. You got to wait. No, Diana doesn't want to fight.
Yeah,
okay, never mind. You can. I'm wrong. Okay.
Big pickup by Austin though on that proto belt kill.
Yeah, very close.
Echo just a little too deep in the jungle, trying to get that deep vision down.
It seemed like they lost track of. Oh, they see the Mumu. This is good for me. They
it does go through.
Here. Nautilus hooks the minion.
I think they still pick it up though. The Moo damage does do a lot of damage.
Conqueror on the Amumu.
I think Mindset goes down here as well.
Amumu zoom. Amumu is out of mana and Diana's here.
Austin is here.
Oh, slightly in the hook.
He doesn't have his ult though. He does actually. He decides to use it on Darktavian.
Oh,
does he have enough damage to take him down?
Exhaust.
No. He does not. Echo is here now too. This looks like Austin might be going down. He will. Connor is picking. Yeah. Connor is picking up some needed gold.
Oh man, their side lanes are not looking too great right now though while they collapse everybody. That did turn out really nice. They got the Misfortune and the Diana. Trying to pick up some gold for themselves. They're down about 3,000.
I think Austin ulted a little late there. He should have pulled both of them instead of just focusing on one.
They want to greed for that turret, but they decide not to. It's a good move on them. Some caution.
Now
they had some good play here.
Let's hope Connors can turn that 700 gold shutdown into some. Oh my God, that Yasuo damage is huge.
Skirmishing again. Rel getting real low.
Oh, big play from ANG. That Kraken Slayer Yasuo damage is insane.
Yeah, that very close, but almost took down Rel, but they're engaged.
They're looking
for
off. Crow here. Scoobs is on the sideline here as well, looking to push in. Austin is here again. Uses the W.
Oh, but the Nautilus goes
back in, but the Ornn ultimate comes out. This
it is missed.
The Ornn ultimate was missed. Scoob's taking some power shots.
Disconnected with this here. Now the Proto Belt allowing the Diana to chase down. Real fun item. Just disgusting on AP Assassins. I hate that item.
ANG looking really dominant this series.
They are now. Wukong and Amumu.
Amumu
lands the stun.
Amumu doesn't have his ultimate though, but it will be picked up.
Oh, the Yasuo Diana!
Oh my God, big wombo coming out from ANG. Huge play.
They're just fighting without Samira here, and not that she probably just would have went down too, but It's just no fight's a bad fight.
Yep. And A&G really pushing their advantage here. They're up 8,000 gold at 18 minutes here. They're picking up another Rift Herald, which will surely lead into another turret.
It was only 4,000 gold just a couple minutes ago. They've really exploded the game here recently. Drake is about to spawn, and we're gonna be getting Cloud Soul for this game. I don't think either team really care about this too much, but we'll see if they do decide to prioritize it. I feel like FFG, if they can find a nice pick, they can look for it. They are here early to get vision. They're grouped up nicely. They're here. They're starting. Or no, they're clearing the... Yeah, they're starting it up.
The Kraken Slayer is a little greedy on the side of Yasuo. Not going that shield bell pretty much
I
allows
agree.
you
Rel is in.
Oh my god,
it's
big
a big
Rel
wall,
ultimate.
but no one's there.
Oh no, Orn ultimate coming out, but it's stopped by the wind
there's
wall.
the wind wall.
Connor's looking for the backline here, and they are able to do something. Connor picking
Wind
up a kill on the MF there.
Down, Samira.
Samira getting her ult canceled, and the fight goes the way of A&G. It is
super unfortunate from the Samira there. The second and Bidoof misses the hook.
Yeah.
So the second that Samira went in, the wind wall wasn't even aimed at her, or the tornado wasn't even aimed at her, but she dashed forward and got hit with it, and her ult got canceled. Really, I'm just surprised that Rel lasted for forever. I feel like they should have turned to tank her to burst her out sooner.
Ooh, Echo picking up a kill on the Diana and walking
done.
away clean. Nicely done.
Can they save this inhibitor? Shelly's going to chart it, so I really doubt it.
Nice tornado coming out from Yasuo there to stop Connors from engaging.
I feel like Echo could have stayed there and actually cut off this retreat from the Yasuo Ornn, possibly.
I want to take a second. Connors just hit level 11.
Oh, wow.
Crimson Chin has been level 13 for about a minute now. This level differential is huge.
Yeah, this Ornn is massive. He got off to that really good start with a solo kill, and Connard is missing that first wave. First wave and a half, really, and going behind in XP has just haunted him the entire game. He's been taking super aggressive trades that he just hasn't had the right to take. He's picked up a couple kills here and there. He has his Divine Sunderer done. And he was able to get in that backline and disturb and take out the Misfortune during that last dragon fight anyway. So he can still do the damage, but the Ornn so far has proven way more valuable.
Well, at this point, you kind of need to use your ultimate to like peel for your damage carries, you know? Like, protect the Samira, protect the...
Oh, the Diana face checking!
And Diana getting taken down, nicely done.
Well done by FFG to just sit and wait. They know they want to set up vision for that.
My is here.
We'll Rel out of position now.
Ooh, never mind. This will be Rel being caught. Oh, Yasuo is not able to chain off of it, but he won't chain off of that
Samira's
one.
in, Samira's in.
Big Dartavian ult. Big turnaround. Oh, big MF ult too.
This is Baron. What a turn.
If Crimson Chin just walks mid lane right now, he can threaten to end the game while they're Baroning.
Their Baron's going pretty slow. Yep. They do have supers on their turrets, but I think they should...
Connors will be going back. Connors will be going back to stop it.
Yeah, they lost a bottom turret, but this is so well worth it.
And now that's Baron Gold plus objective bounty. So
that's what they found. So they picked off a key component of this Wombo in the Diana early, and then everyone else on their team's out of position. And really that's on A&G not staying grouped as they move into the enemy jungle to set up their Baron vision. And they split up and they got punished for it really heavily.
With that solid team fight plus the Baron objective pickup, the gold lead just swung to only about 3,000 from almost 10,000 about like 3 minutes earlier.
And now we'll see how they play their Baron. They have a lot of turrets up on the map, a lot of gold sitting there. They probably have bounties on them as well for the turret bounties, I'd expect. I'm not sure if they do, and we just can't see it in spectator mode or not. But if they do, then there's just tons of sitting gold. We'll see how they play it.
There are no objective bounties right now.
Okay. Then right now, the FFG doesn't really look like they know what to do. The A&G's just 5-manning mid. FFG can split with Baron, even though there's supers coming in mid lane. They can hold them back with Baron. They need to be splitting up and looking for these side lane turrets instead of looking for a fight here in mid lane with Baron. And sitting on vision doing it. They aren't even clearing it out.
If they are able to get this 5v4 off, they could turn the game considerably. Big engage coming out of Echo. That will be my stack almost going down, but she's still alive. Big Ornn ultimate into a MF ult, turns the tides. The backline does go down. Wukong and Nautilus both fall. The Mumu finally picks up the rail. But oh my god, this 4v5 just went complete. Oh, Donovan! Doing a lot of damage here, but the Orin does pick it up, and this will be the game. Yasuo pushing in. Orin TP. Wow. Big.
Really, that was a 5v4 with a decent start to the fight, with Echo landing a stun on Rel, but they couldn't burst Rel out fast enough. She got her ult off, she got her value.
Yeah.
And they confirmed it, and I really think it was just a mistake to go for the fight. Like, there's a bunch of sitting gold on the map that they can take. They can take these outer turrets, set up their vision for the Drake that's about to spawn.
Oh, it won't be game. This might be Crimson Chin going down. It will be.
Oh, yeah.
That will be a dragon. They do have supers, 2 ways of supers pushing into their base though. We'll see if they try and contest for this dragon.
Not having Orin could really hurt them.
I think you give up this dragon, honestly. I agree. Yeah, you don't get you just give up this dragon. You don't fight for it.
It's a Cloud Drake. They don't need it.
And it's not soul point yet.
Yeah.
So
I think they go back and they just try to secure vision in their top side, because the next objective, well, ANG's gonna want to push bot now, possibly to go for the 3 inhib. Let's see what they decided. Yeah, there they go.
I don't know what happened to Samira's wind wall in that fight, but that Orin ult connected, the MF connected.
She windwalled a lot of the MF ult, actually.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. She windwalled a whole lot of the MF ult, and it really kept them alive as long as they were.
Yeah.
Was because of her windwall. She could have windwalled the Orin ulti instead, and I think that probably would have been the better move.
Yeah, because then you could just walked out with the MF ult.
Yeah, but still got a whole lot of value. Windwalling a bunch of the MF ults.
I thought she might have just used it to get stacks.
No.
But honestly, just a really good turn from ANG. Really good turn. The gold lead is still only about 4,000 gold, so it wasn't that huge. Picking up that Orin after they pushed into the base was definitely a nice little gold swing for them as well.
Yeah.
But Jesus.
I mean, we saw what the Samira can do with the fight. I really think, like I said, it was just kind of a macro mistake there. And it's surprising that they don't have the damage to just burst out that Rel. Rel does have stopwatch now too, so now it's going to be impossible to burst out that Rel.
I think if you're FFG, you just let Samira farm it out, let her get her Lord Doms. That Lord Doms will be such a huge power spike in the team fights to come. So I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're letting Samira farm that top lane, hopefully get that Lord Doms before this next team fight breaks out.
Hopefully I think ANG doesn't want to give him time.
Yeah, ANG is looking to end here. I think the Hex Flash over the wall is not going to go through.
Yeah. No, they're looking to end, but it's very difficult just with the Mumu, Wukong, Echo stuns. They're just really threatening ANG that they want to go in. Also, Diana does have a potion. Oh,
Nautilus on the flank, but Diana, Yasuo in the back line. Samir goes down. MF getting taken down by a Mumu. Austin picks up another inhib along the way. Yasuo picks up the Echo. They just don't have the damage to take down these beefy front lines. And this will be ANG looking to end the game. Scoops looking to cheese the end, and he will get it. I think he does. ANG end in a cheesy way, but a win nonetheless. 2-0 going over the ANG.
Well, the second game, this game was much better fought by FFG. I think they got off to a stronger start, and their mid jungle showing a lot better on their best champions. I think really the Ornn in the top lane kind of coming through as the star, keeping the Wukong down. Because if that Wukong was a bit stronger and was able to survive some of these fights, he would have actually been another huge damage threat other than just the Samira.
Him getting caught out in the jungle and missing that entire first wave, especially since he didn't have TP, was a huge disadvantage. He was able to claw himself back into the game quite a bit, but not enough to the point where it'd make a difference. So very nicely done by ANG both games. I honestly kind of want... I have 2 separate MVPs for both games. I think MVP goes to Austin for the first game. I think he was really where he needed to be most of the time. He was there for the counter engages. He was there to follow up the TK engage under turrets, like tower diving really well. That would be my choice for the MVP of the first game. Second game, I'd probably have to give it to probably Mind Static or Crimson. I think
I'd say Scoops both games.
You really?
Yep. So if you look at Scoop's scoreline right here at the end, he's 11-3-4
Well,
for
yeah,
one thing.
but
He's also up about 60, 70 gold on his opponent. And remember, his Cassiopeia in the first game was phenomenal.
yes, but I think the second game he got enabled. And he wouldn't have been able to get
Yeah,
enabled if it wasn't for particular other champions. He did play very well. Don't get me wrong; like he
yeah.
played exceptionally well. I think if Austin was a little later in that first game, things could have went a lot differently. So I think him being exactly where he needs to be at pretty much any stage of the game, is what was a huge thing in the first victory. So my MVP was the
Yeah.
Austin. Yours goes to Scoob. Second game.
I think I would say Scoop's first game, Austin second, actually, if I had to pick. Overall, I really liked the play from Scoob's the first game on the Cassiopeia as well. So I think I would give overall MVP of the series to Scoob's uh, personally. But you say Austin would
I
be your
say
pick?
Austin first game and either Mind Static or Crimson Chin second game. Mind Static had a lot of really good engages. He did get caught out a couple times, but they were able to turn it around.
Yeah.
But I think I on that note, I'd say Crimson Chin. Getting 2 solo kills on the top lane, a really big Ornn ultimate.
And I thought multiple times should have died of
Oh
health.
yeah,
They just didn't have the FD.
And if he did
So-
die, if he ever did die, he turned it into a 1-for-1. You know, like he was never really giving that advantage
Rel?
away. Oh no, Ornn. Crimson
Ornn.
Chin.
Oh no. No, I thought Crimson Chin played great on the Ornn.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Rel.
Yeah, Rel should have died so many times, but just didn't.
Yeah, I really thought she should. So that's why with Mind Static you were talking about, and with him getting his value,
Yeah.
I think it was a bit. He really shouldn't have been getting the value he got, because I felt like he should have been dying in those times that he was getting caught. But either a Nautilus hook would miss and he would get his combo off, or the damage just wasn't enough to come through. So it just didn't quite work out the way they really needed it to.
I would say on that basis, as well as like just how well Crimson Chin played, I would have to give the second game MVP to Crimson.
He did do extremely well. Yeah.
So Austin is my first MVP for first game, Crimson for the second. Scoobs
hating on
Scoobs.
Scoobs, got it.
Scoobs.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on Scoobs.
No, I think they did. The Ornn second game was great. The Austin played well both games as well. I think Austin played great, and so it's. I think the Cassiopeia surviving as much as she did, being the only AP threat in game one, and still coming out ahead. I mentioned before the game that Cassiopeia needed to pop off, and she did. She really dominated in lane against a pretty meta pick of the Ahri, even though it's a bit of a counter. I think she still played really well in the team fights, landed some huge ultimates, survived that 1v2 gank at a pretty critical point when the FFG was trying to come back. And then in game two, I mean, he was enabled as the Yasuo, but he was playing into Hayam Echo's best champion.
Also true. That is also a really good point.
Held his own in lane very well.
Okay.
So,
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think all of them played really well. I very much like the look from FFG in the second game. So I would have loved to see a game like this one in the first game as well. You know, it's with this style of comp and everything, I think fit them a lot better. I think there was some small executions on some things with timing, with one champion going in, one champion trying to retreat out, and some miscommunication.
A lot of missed skill shots. Like there's a plethora of stuff that kind of went wrong on the side of FFG.
But I like the look a lot better.
Oh yeah, they definitely had a way harder fight. Like they fought back a lot harder the second game. So there we go.
Are they all in another channel?
We can both hop in there and you can talk to them. I have to go do something quick, but
okay.
let's see.
It doesn't look like
doesn't look like they're in one. It looks like they all dipped. So looks like we're not doing. Looks like Austin's in one, but it's just him. So we're just gonna call it here then.
We might have just been behind. They probably already said it. We missed it.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well,
overall, really good
casting.
Yeah, really, really fun to have you as well, Nick.
All right. Well, time to play Pee-wee.
Yep, time to play Pee-wee. All right, peace out.